All right, welcome back, third graders, week 6, day 4. And here we go. We're going to do bell work, reading, and then cursive. Well, let's get through the math and the bell work. All right. My brother is little. All right, looks like the M needs to be capitalized, so capital M, Y. Brother has a uppercase E, needs a lowercase. So B-R-O-T-H-E-R. Is okay. Little is L-I-T-T-L-E. L-I-T-T-L-E. And I just put a period there. Okay? Alright, and cursive. My brother is little. Period. Alright. Flip side, doing the math. All right, 2,936 plus 1,467. All right, 3, 0, 4, and 4. 4,403. All right, 1, that's a 9 by the way. 0, 3, and 4. 4,301. All right, subtraction. 6 minus 7 can't do it. 2, 9, 8, 6, 4, 1,469. Gotta borrow again. 15 minus 6 is 9, 9 minus 9 is 0, 9 minus 2 is 7, and 3 minus 1 is 2. 2,709. Alright, 37 times 3. Old school first. 7 times 3 is 21. Carry the 2. 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 2 is 11. Alright, 3 times 30 is 90. 3 times 7 is 21. 111. Alright, 30 times 40, 120. 7 times 5, 35. Carry the 3. 1 times 7 is 7. Plus 3 is 10. 10 times 7 is 70. 7 times 5 is 35. 105. 9 times 6, 54. Carry the 5. 9 times 8 is 72. 72 plus 5 is 77. Alright. 9 times 80 is 720. 9 times 6 is 54. 4, 7, 7. 774, 774. There you match up. Alright, 33 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry the 1. 3 times 4 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. Boom. 30 times 4 is 120. 3 times 4 is 12. 2, 3, 132, 132. Alright, on to the new division. It's a little hard, but we have like remainders and stuff like that. So, 6 cannot fit into 1, so we got to fit it into 19. 3 times 6 will work. 3 times 6 is 18. 19 minus 18 is 1. 6 can't fit into 1, and we don't have a number to bring down the 1 to make it bigger. So, 3 with a remainder of 1. Alright, 7 into 25. 7 can't fit into 2, so we got to make it fit into 25. 7 times 4. Well, 7 times 4 is 28, so that's too big. So let's go 7 times 3. 7 times 3 is 21. 25 minus 21 is 4. 7 can't go into 4, and there's no number to make 4 bigger. So that's our remainder. 3 with a remainder of 4. Okay? Alright, 3 into 14. 3 can't fit into 1, so we've got to go into 14. 3 times 4 is 12. That fits. Let's see. 3 times 5 is 15. That's too big. So 3 times 4 is 12. 14 minus 12 is 2. 3 can't fit into 2, so that's our remainder. 4 with a remainder of 2. Alright, that's math for today. Moving on to reading. Remember, you can always pause if I'm going too fast. Alright. John Glenn, get your partner ready. Get ready to do some fluency. Get your finger ready, get your mind ready, get your mouth ready. Get set, 1 minute, and go. 30 seconds. Ten seconds. And stop. Make sure you record your score on that second page. Hopefully your score went up from Tuesday's time. All right, good job. All right, moving on to the reading. All right, I'm going to review the questions, and then I'll read the whole thing. All right, it says, reread the passage and answer the questions. So we're looking for these answers to these questions. Reread paragraph 2 on the first page of the passage. What problem did John Glenn face? Number 2, how did signing up for the Navy solve Glenn's problem? And number 3, reread paragraph 1 on the second page of the passage. What problem did John Glenn face? What was the solution? All right, I'm going to read this. You follow along. Feel free to mark on the page if you see something you want to remember. All right. John Glenn. Many people admire John Glenn as an American hero. He was a pilot, he was an astronaut, and a U.S. Senator. When he was 77 years old, he became the oldest person ever to fly in space. Serving his country. John Glenn was born in Ohio in 1921. When he was 20 years old, World War II broke out. Glenn signed up for the Army, yet he was not called to serve. This was a problem for Glenn. He wanted to serve his country, so Glenn joined the Navy. There he became a pilot. As a pilot, Glenn fought in World War II and the Korean War. Later, he joined the Marines. First place. John Glenn kept flying after the war. He flew a plane faster than the speed of sound. That's more than 768 miles per hour. He flew the plane all the way across the country. Glenn was the first person to do this. That's why he was picked to be in the U.S. space program. The program is called NASA. At the time, there were only 6 other astronauts in NASA. Glenn trained for months. On February 20th, 1962, Glenn flew in a ship all the way around Earth. He was the first American to orbit the Earth. Serving in the Senate. John Glenn had become a famous astronaut. Still, he had another goal. He wanted to be a U.S. Senator from Ohio. In 1964, Glenn campaigned for the U.S. Senate. Sadly, he had an accident and hit his head. He was badly injured. He could not keep running for the Senate. Yet Glenn did not give up. He tried again. He used his skills as an orator, or in other words, a public speaker. As a result, he won a Senate seat in 1974. John Glenn served in the Senate from 1974 until 1998. During this time, he tried to stop the spread of nuclear weapons. Senator Glenn wrote a law. The law tries to stop people from getting and making nuclear weapons. It also gives rewards to countries that help in this effort. One more flight. John Glenn was 77 years old when he left the Senate. He was not done serving though. NASA wanted to find out how space travel affected older people. So they asked John Glenn to help. Glenn agreed. In 1998, he flew one final time. He flew around the Earth for 9 days. He is the oldest person ever to fly in space. John Glenn is a real hero. And this caption says, John Glenn was the first American to orbit Earth. He served in the U.S. Senate from 1974 to 1998. All right, do that worksheet, and you'll be good to go. Remember these back parts, it's up to you if you want to do them or not. You don't have to. All right, and on to cursive and reading. Looks like we're still recording, so here we go. On to chapter 3, Horrorland. Goosebumps. All right. I stared up at him in dazed silence. He had already sampled some of the scares of Panic Park. Did he really plan to torture us with more terrors? What kind of horrifying trap had we walked into? Matt stepped closer to the stage. We've all dealt with evil before, he told the menace. Everyone here has faced powerful villains, and we defeated them. That's the truth, Michael said. He bumped knuckles with Matt. Then he turned to the Menace. You think you're so scary because you dress in black and talk tough? Well, look at us. There are 16 of us, and we're not scared of you. The Menace pretended to tremble. Oop, I forgot this. Kaylee would probably remind me. Sorry, Kaylee, here we go. Gotta have the thunderstorm. Jeez Louise, right? There we go. Okay, now we're good to go. He thumped the podium with both hands. I've had years and years to study evil, he said. Years and years to create total fear. He paused for a moment. Then he said softly, maybe you need a sample, a little proof. A cold shiver ran down my spine. The Menace waved to his shadow at the door. Go to the building chamber, he ordered. Bring in my newest trophy. The shade nodded its faceless gray head and floated forward slowly. He was almost to the stage when the Menace stopped him. Hold it right there, the Menace said quietly. You're too slow, mister. You should move quicker. When I tell you to do something, that's why I keep this handy. The Menace reached behind the podium and lifted a black hose. It looked like a vacuum cleaner. He raised the nozzle and pointed to the shadow. He pushed a button and heard a whining roar. No, please, the shadow cried. Please, I'm begging you. The Menace tossed back his head. His laughter rose above the roar of the vacuum. The shade raised his hands to protect himself. He struggled to pull back, but the vacuum was too powerful. I uttered a cry as his head disappeared, sucked into the roaring hose. His shoulders folded in like tissue paper and vanished with a thwap into the vacuum nozzle. Then his arms, then his chest, his whole body. I didn't want to watch, but I couldn't turn away. I stared, frozen in horror, until his feet were sucked into the hose and he was gone. Silence. The Menace waved to another shade. This one didn't need to be told. He flew past the stage and disappeared through the doorway in the back wall. My heart was racing. I felt dizzy. The Menace had destroyed that shadow person so easily. He laughed while he did it. He's powerful and deadly, I thought, and totally crazy. What did he want to do with us? Did he just want to scare us to death? For fun? To amuse himself? The Menace turned to the doorway. Bring it, he shouted. Bring in my new trophy. The shadow appeared in the doorway. I squinted to see what he was carrying, but it was too dark. He floated toward us into the light. He raised the trophy high, and I opened my mouth in a high shriek of horror. He was holding Jillian. All right, we'll stop there. Chapter 4. All right, tomorrow's Friday. Yay! Make sure you do some last minute study for your spelling test, and then we'll be all done for the week. Good job.